Hi there, my name is Axiom, and in this video we're going to be covering GMing for Vampire the Masquerade 5th edition, using Foundry VTT. Okay, let's get started. Our group has done one full campaign of Vampire the Masquerade in Foundry now, and I thought it would be good to do a video here just to show some of the tips and tricks that we found, and things that might make your life a little easier here. Starting off, let's just quickly look at what modules would be useful to have installed. We're going to go to the Manage Modules section here and just have a quick look what is currently active on this one, and I'll just run through them. Some of these are newer than others, but the key ones that I think will make for a good game now are Conversation HUD. That will give you a nice way of displaying NPCs, etc. So let's have a quick look at what that's about. If you go down to the Journals and Notes section here and we go to Activate a Conversation, and I'll start bringing in some PCs just for examples. So what you can do is you can drag and drop all of your people that are going to be in the scene that you want to be able to talk. You can then hit Start Conversation. This is set up so that your players will only see the active participant. They won't see all the sidebar, which you do as the storyteller. And you can actually just start bringing someone up and have that NPC be talking to the players, etc. You can close it down, bring it back as you need, drag and drop more people in, delete them out as you see fit, and that'll all just work. You can also have extra things, like you could have a faction for each of them if you wanted to. For they're a Nosferatu or they're part of the Camarilla, you could set some of that as well. I'm finding this very useful, and I think because Vampire is such a theatre of the mind type of game, again, I would recommend that Conversation HUD is used. Yeah, so the next on the list is Dice So Nice. This gives you the nice 3D dice. So for example here, if I start rolling for coal, the nice dice come up on here, and then obviously we get the results in the sidebar. Lockvview, this is a key one I do think that is worthwhile if you are playing Vampire the Masquerade. What that's going to allow you to do is that you will have this whole scene. We've got this space around the outside of the scene where you can set things up like the phone conversations and NPCs to drag and drop into the scene as you need. But your players with Lockvview will just get the main token space and nothing else. To make sure that that is set up correctly, you can go to Configure Settings and go down to Lockvview here, and what really you want to be working out is going under the user configuration here, and for your players you would want to do enable and do the view box but no control, if that makes sense, and then that will give the scene a fixed picture as a background for them for what's going on, but yeah, they won't be able to move around. The key one as well is for making sure though things work for you as the games master. You're going to have to untick this enable and view box and just have control going on from there. So yeah, you can move in and out of this scene. You can drag the tokens in, do what you need to do, but yeah, your players won't see any of this. They'll just see the main image for the scene that's going on. And that kind of brings me into this template that we've got going on here. So I've created this template to give us some ideas for what you can do with scenes that might be useful. Active Tiles Triggers is installed, one of Monk's modules, and this is being used for doing the telephone type scenes here. So what we have is as long as we're in the Actors tab here, we can double click on Start a Phone Call. The call rings through, the phone comes up, your players will be having this conversation with you as the GM on the phone, and then you can double click to end the call afterwards. They never see this image. It's hidden until it's revealed by the actual call actually ringing. It's just because you're the GM that you can see this. They obviously also can't see any of this text around the screen. These are all hints for yourself. So the key ones are obviously these active tile triggers here. What it will be is if you go into the tile controls and we take a quick look at what's going on in here, there's a new section called Triggers, and it's triggering on a double click, and actions wise it's basically showing the tile with the phone, and it is also playing the sound effect that I've got here for this one, and the trigger for the end of the call is basically just hiding that phone afterwards. So you could set up more and more of these kind of tile triggers to have other sequences or bits going on screen if you need a bit more visual interest in the game. But generally the way I play it now is that this template scene is copied a bunch of times, and then I just change the background tiles to whatever's needed for that particular scene to make it work. And then obviously as we move scene, we just move from area to area. And I think with those sort of things installed, generally that should be enough for a game. I will give you the warnings. There's not a lot in Foundry for you to actually start off with when you're doing things. So obviously you have to create all your players and all of their bits that they need under their disciplines and their powers. The main ones that you need to start thinking about is you have to start making up item sections with boons or features or powers, etc. And you have to go through and literally make each of these. They don't exist. Everything's blank. So you're probably going to have to think about copying from your PDFs. So there's going to be a fair bit of copy and paste to get your powers in order. The same is also going to be true for dealing with your NPCs. You're going to have to build a bunch of stuff to get your NPCs in order as well. It is all doable in here. It just will be. It's a fair amount of copy and paste. And as far as playing online, I don't think this is a bad solution, and it seems to work for us. If there are any questions, obviously ask as always. There's going to be the template scene in the description of the video, along with the artwork. Thank you for listening. Please like and subscribe for more content.